Daniel 5:13-31. At the end of Daniel 5, we read of the writing on the wall. The pride of King Belshazzar is on display as he offers to reward Daniel with beautiful gifts and great power if he can explain the writing. This important event has just taken place, and yet the king's focus is on worldly and material things. Daniel refuses to accept these lavish promises. He isn't motivated by gifts or material rewards. He is focused on his God. Daniel reminds the king of the pride and foolishness of his predecessor, King Nebuchadnezzar. King Belshazzar knows this history, and yet he openly defies the authority and majesty of God with the use of the sacred cups and by his worship of false gods. History is repeating itself, and King Belshazzar chooses to ignore it. In the same way, we too can shift our focus towards gods that can't see, hear, or know, instead of focusing on the one to whom all things are known. We concentrate on the here and now, on the things that bring us immediate gratification. We sometimes fail to learn from our mistakes, falling into the same patterns of sin over and over again. Because of his actions, the king is sentenced to death. He had such immense earthly wealth and power, but it did nothing to stand against the judgment of God. This reminds me that the rewards of a condemned world are so small and insignificant in comparison to eternity. We should instead focus on the eternal hope and redemption that we have in Christ Jesus, rather than on earthly desires. Our heavenly reward will be so much greater than anything we can imagine here on earth.